don't know what I'm doing.
Yo, what's happening, fan base, and welcome to another episode of the Rant Cafe. Today, streaming live on both YouTube and Twitch simultaneously because we're tech masters. We have Anime Uproar.
Yo, what up, guys? This is gonna be fun and interesting. Woo!
And he's hyped. We have Lord Brigo.
What's up, guys? I love Animax excitement.
I love his fake excitement also. And we also have Lost Paws, otherwise known as my main channel.
What's cracking, guys, and welcome to the next topic. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I sound. How did you take it down so well?
I don't know. How are we speaking at the same time? This is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, tech masters.
Clearly Tech Masters. Yes. So today we'll be discussing 8 underrated shonen anime. And if you want to understand the definition of underrated, it is absolutely no definition whatsoever. And we're going to talk about 8 shonen anime that you may have not seen.
What the fuck? You're just throwing it out the window. You just clickbait underrated. What the fuck is that?
Not
You can't do
clickbait.
that.
We will not be talking about like Naruto and My Hero Academia, but everything else.
Damn it!
One
Welcome my
Piece.
spirit.
Let's go.
And before we get started, we gotta announce actually some big news. Some big news. Rant Cafe.
And he
has
doesn't
got-
even know that's a One Piece reference.
Whatever.
Ooh, big news, Morgan.
Rant Cafe has its first official sponsor, guys. We've been sponsored. We've been sponsor manned. Noble knows what I mean. We got Amity, the app Amity, Amity, are sponsoring Rant Cafe, and what they're going to be doing is after each Rant Cafe stream, we're going to go into their app. They have a live chat community set up for Rant Cafe, and we're going to do sort of like a post-game discussion right there on the app. A link will be in the description on YouTube, and I don't think you can do links on Twitch in the description, but I will link it in the chat. So definitely get the app, and then after the stream, we will be going and live chatting there, talking about this discussion, what you guys want to do for next week, all that type of stuff. It's gonna be crazy.
There's the hype. I was just wondering, is Sponsor Man technically one of my alter egos too? Or
He's just Satan. Don't worry about him.
Oh,
All right?
okay.
He's a separate entity entirely.
yeah, he hasn't been around much
Same
lately,
universe.
has he?
Well, the thing is, when I do sponsored videos, sometimes they don't want me doing edgy shit, so I can't use sponsor man.
Ah!
So I'm like, that's the reason, and I feel bad. I'm like, I can't say bitch. I can't say like any of the nasty stuff or do the weird stuff because they're like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, all right. Oh well.
Yeah, well, it's funny. The sponsors say don't say anything controversial or whatever, and we're all just like, play this game. We love it.
And speaking of sponsorships, shout out to Jacob for sending us some magical coins on Twitch.
Hey, magical things.
Magical coins. With that said, who would like to start and talk about our first underrated shonen? Noble?
Oh, you're gonna start with fucking me on this one here. All right, well, shit. I was like, well, let's just let the game masters themselves do it, the ones that set this up and let them know that they're doing it. I hear constantly, no, let's go with the new guy. All right. Well, I'm not
What do you mean, new
technically
guy?
new.
Isn't this like your channel or something?
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I guess the one thing that I think is underrated and is also my guilty pleasure is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the anime or its 3 seasons, Dog Days. Have you guys heard of that?
I heard of it, have never seen it.
I have
Alright,
never
well-
seen it. This is gonna be a great discussion, guys.
You have
If it's
never
even
seen-
moderately good, though.
Holy,
then it's definitely
had 3
underrated.
seasons. It's had 3 fucking seasons, and I think the 3rd season was arguably one of the better ones. The 2nd season was kind of meh, but the 3rd was really good. But yeah, it's basically about like these really athletic, like one guy. He's like a really good athlete, and then he's also got a girl like his friend who's also a really good athlete, and they get transported isekai. Isekai. That's what's in.
Isekai.
All right.
I
But it's
immediately
popular.
love it.
And then they get transported into a world where people have animal ears, So you get
man.
nekos, you get inus, you get
This is
fox
insane.
girls, and they basically they have fun wars. You got it, fun wars. There's no bloodshed, But if they lose the fight, they just get turned back into their normal anime forms. Or if they're like one of the powerful people, they just get their clothes stripped, and it's great. I mean,
my god! How has no one seen this?
I mean,
Yeah, Fox Girls.
and so you get tons of fan service. You get like some actually interesting character development.
It's an isekai,
yeah,
which is
it's
always
isekai.
good. We've never had a bad isekai.
Yeah, and you get tons of quality anime waifus. You know, you get the big busty girls, or you even get lollies. I don't know what's your preference. I'm not here to judge. And ladies, some of the men also get naked in that too. So it's got equal fan service. All right,
it's like a mix between JoJo's and Monster Girls.
Well, let's not go with JoJo. Okay, like that. Jesus Christ, JoJo's is pure gay. All right, but I love it.
JoJo's is too good.
JoJo's. By the way, my face is not showing up, so I have to like click on my face when I talk. So that's gonna be weird for everyone. But JoJo's, I think, is something that's extremely gay and extremely not gay at the same time. I don't know, but I love it.
It's the most heterosexual gay thing I've ever seen.
No, exactly.
Well said.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, just the ending alone, it's pretty gay. I made a video trying to explain how it's not gay.
I saw that video.
But yeah, it's pretty gay.
I can never not see Paul Narev as a male stripper now, a French stripper.
Really
I can't
is a male-
unsee it.
That was my first comment when I saw it when I was watching with my friends. It's like, is that a male stripper? No, that's just
That's just Paul Narev, typical French guy.
It's just like, that was literally the discussion. It's just like, all right.
JoJo's is too good.
Yeah, I love that when he was like, "Hey, can I ask you an honest question?" And Joseph's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is your left hand a right hand?"
They just look at
Paul
his
Narev,
hands.
he has the best handshake in all of anime, also with Kakyoin, manliest freaking thing on the planet.
Oh boy, I love that thing. It's not underrated though, so we can't be discussing JoJo, all right?
We could, it just doesn't necessarily need to be one of the 8. You will find most rant cafes devolve into discussing JoJo's.
Really?
Yeah, JoJo's or One Piece.
Preferably
Alright.
both.
Preferably both.
Well, anyway, Noble, I think you sold me. You sold me just on the waifus and the fact that the strong ones don't go back to animals, but rather get stripped with their clothing.
Yes.
Oh, you convinced me. I'll check it out. What's it called?
Hey.
Days?
Yeah,
Dog
Dog
days.
Days.
Dog
That's
days.
all it is. It's really good. It's interesting.
Are there snake girls? That's the question.
Ooh, valid question.
No snake. Well, they're
Ooh.
still like have humanoid features. Okay, they're all kind of humanoids. They just have like animal ears and tails and shit.
It was cute.
Squirrel
you had
girls,
me, you
too.
had me, and then just tore me away
There's
without the
bunny
snake
girls.
girls.
Briggs is a big fan of the snack.
Yeah, I don't think there's a snack girl yet because it's kind of hard to.
Snake girls.
It's hard to make a snake
Season
girl,
4
man.
coming soon. How can you not love it?
Yeah, it's no scaly. I don't think yet. No scalies. Just furry.
So I'm going to talk about an anime that arguably isn't super underrated, but based on the fact that it's an ecchi and it's a shonen that doesn't really involve fighting, most people were a decent amount of people probably got deterred from that. But the people who have watched it all know it's amazing, and I'm talking about Food Wars. I don't know if
That's underrated.
I love Food Wars. I told you the word underrated. It's like a loose term.
what does it even mean? It's definitely not underrated because it's the only ecchi like over an 8, or one of the only ecchis over an 8 on Mal. So it's definitely not underrated. But
First of all, I wouldn't necessarily go by the Mal rating because so many people avoid Food Wars, like Animac, who has yet to see Food Wars. Watch Food Wars. But
Yeah,
anyway,
so I haven't seen Food Wars yet because I didn't like the initial premise of they're just cooking. It's
there we go.
Show
That's why it's underrated. People are like, it's just cooking, and they don't
Cooking
realize
and
that
food.
it's the greatest thing.
In that sense, Nux, I would agree it's underrated. But I just want to say that on Twitch we had a bunch of people cheering, so to speak, the Dog Days choice. So good work, Noble.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Hopefully you
anime.
guys
I
cheer
can't believe
my,
I've never seen it.
my Food Wars choice, or one as one would say, food porn.
Well,
You can't
Food
really
Wars is
watch
amazing.
Food Wars without food. That's the one rule. You have to have something there to munch.
Yeah,
It's
I
hard.
hear that.
So hungry.
It's hard because it makes you horny and hungry.
At the same time.
You don't know whether to eat your food or to fuck it. I mean, like what?
My dilemma every single episode.
God damn.
Do I have to give a description for this thing?
that's the description. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nux, do you want to give an honest description for it, or
For Food Wars?
or do I have to get serious here and actually do a description?
Go for it. Let's hear. Your
Oh
choice.
fuck. Okay.
Do it, but Briggs, hold on. Do it like in a dramatic movie trailer voice.
All right, putting me on the spot here. Guys.
One fateful day,
In a
there was a
world.
cheeseburger that wanted to get screwed.
In a world where a bunch of chefs, I don't know where I'm going with this, fucking only rich people apparently could cook. Yukihira Soma, a lowly diner cook, joins a high-class school and fucks everyone up. And
Literally.
tournaments about food. I don't know where I'm going with this. Someone help me.
I mean,
They
that
are
was
not
literally it.
mere octopus.
Octopus and peanut butter. Have you ever tried it?
I
Well,
never
you-
will.
You
I've
forgot the
seen
dad
Soma.
issues in there. Soma and his dad issues. That's a big
Yeah.
plot line. Yeah.
I mean, he's the only
By the way,
protagonist
that
has a dad,
episode
but then
in
he's just not there.
In part 2 of the 3rd season, I think it was, where they had that whole flashback with his dad. That was one of the greatest backstories ever.
I don't
I
think
wish
I
I
saw
could
that
remember
part.
which flashback you're talking about.
Joichiro
specifically.
Soma, his backstory. He was like,
No, I know who you're talking about. I know who his
he
dad
was
is.
great and whatever, and he he ended up cooking just corporately as opposed to really putting his soul into it.
Mm.
You have no
And-
idea what I'm talking about.
And then he kind of hints at the fact that like you'll only truly cook well when you find someone you want to cook for. Kind of. No, I'm not following.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good trope, but you know.
I'm actually not
No.
even watching the newest. I didn't watch the newest season. I'm just fully caught up with the manga. It's amazing,
It is so good.
and
the
they keep on
anime.
upping the stakes. Like you would think like
The stakes.
Oh!
Yeah,
Nice.
this definitely sounds as epic as, I don't know, magical battles and all this epic wars.
Well,
Definitely sounds
Dude,
as epic.
there is
We're
no
making
comparison
jelly
here.
fried donuts, everyone.
there is no
Jelly
comparison.
fried- Did
Cooking
you
is
say
better.
jelly fried donuts?
What? Jelly fried? What the
Yes, I
fuck?
said fried. Shut up. It's a
Deep
new
fry a
thing.
donut. Oh, I mean, that's technically. I mean, all right. All right.
They fry
Animax
everything.
style.
They fry everything south of the Mississippi. So
Let's deep fry a finished donut. All right, sure, why not? Let's
I had
do
a
it.
deep fried Mars bar. It was pretty unreal.
They deep fry butter, so like whatever.
Everything's deep
anyone do that?
friable.
They deep fried a Snickers at a Renaissance fair. That was
And
interesting.
that, in a nutshell, is the biggest problem with Soma. They should have that one deep fry guy. It's like whatever you
Deep fry-
dip in there, give it a tempura batter or something, and bam.
just
in-
Paula Deen in the just Paula Deen. Goddamn.
Well, I mean, the deep fried Mars bar that I had was pretty amazing. Not gonna lie. So Snickers was probably great as well.
After all, there's only one true way to measure taste, and that is calories.
Oh, I'd be scared to see
I
the
thought you were
calories
gonna
on
say
that.
like waifus there to measure your taste.
Right.
Like, who's your waifu?
Well, speaking of waifus, Food Wars has some great waifus. It's got Erina, who is okay. Think about this: what main like female love interest is stronger than protagonist? Pretty much no one other than Erina. Also, there's just a million other.
She's still a shonen woman and does not accomplish anything without Soma saving her. She manages to be both.
She does the impossible.
Briggs, are you forgetting Sakura from Naruto?
Is
Who's that?
Erina the real like main heroine, or is it the blue haired girl? Like I don't
I like in the manga at this point. I'd say the main love interest is Erina.
really.
I'm not
It's
a
bad.
huge fan of Megami.
And I'm pretty proud of Megumin, like how far she's come from the beginning of the story, like being like the shy and super like kind of dependent on Soma, and now she's very independent later in the manga. So like all the female characters are getting good development. Even Meat Girl with the big boobs. That's what I call her.
That's how much she's developed.
She's
she's
not just
developed.
meat anymore. She's
Yeah.
big boobs. Sorry.
Or like that chick with the white hair that has like science.
Sorry?
I just call it, I don't know anyone's name. But chick with white hair that uses science.
She's so good, Alice.
Alice is amazing. The waifus are amazing. I just suck with names.
No,
It's
the
all right.
wife-
I'm terrible with names too, honestly. But they
you
have
remember-
English names, so like they shouldn't be that difficult.
Oh, and then there's Ishiki, the guy who I was about
Okay,
to talk.
well.
Do you remember Ishiki, the guy who's always naked under his apron?
Oh, that guy's amazing. He was
Dude,
a
when
former
he
C-
sliced up that eel in like the second last episode of the third season. That was the hypest thing ever.
I love when I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm such a huge food
Why,
Wars fan.
man? Why?
I have a bad memory. Okay. How many years has it been since the first two seasons came out? They already did the third
Third-
season.
This just
Was it the
came out-
third season?
Yeah, it was the third.
Fuck.
Well,
Yeah, you know what I'm
Briggs,
talking about.
maybe if you weren't a professional beer pong guy, you would have better short-term memory, man.
Oh man, just kill all my brain cells.
Hey,
Or
Briggs,
maybe it's because
doing
I'm
today?
clearly superior and just read manga instead.
100 members. Oh my god.
Wait, what happened?
True story. I asked you if you were around and you said sorry. I'm at a beer pong tournament with 1,600 members.
Yeah, that was fuck that
Damn.
tournament.
Yeah. It's like Shonen tournament's got nothing on this.
Oh, it was literally impossible. It was
You can make a
impossible.
manga out of beer pong. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, why not?
Beer pong is a real sport. Watch those elbows. I'll call a red card on you, boy. Oh man.
Beer pong with waifus. All right. Well,
Well,
Yeah, man,
I saved my. I'm gonna let you guys take it away with the next anime. I saved my real underrated anime for a little bit later.
Oh.
Is it by any chance?
don't spoil
Don't
it,
say it,
man.
even though the
Wow.
probably already know.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't.
All right, who goes next? Me or Noble? Or Noble went already.
I already went.
You gotta
Me
go.
or no?
Man. You want to go?
All right, I'll go. I'll have to click my face so you can actually see me on the Twitch.
Rock
Uh,
paper scissors. Trust
It
me.
might be different on
Rock,
YouTube.
paper, scissors. Oh, I went paper.
But one anime that I definitely think and manga is underrated is the Seven Deadly Sins. And hear me out, because it does,
As you can tell by that lovely sound.
yeah, I love that sound. But no, it does have a fan base, 100%. But it's not nowhere near, My Hero, Naruto levels. Whereas I think that it is right now in the manga just getting amazing. And I understand why a lot of people badmouth it, because if you look at the first season, it starts out very lighthearted, right? It's especially that first half of the first season, you think this is just like a lighthearted comedy with a bunch of ecchi and stuff like that. And then I think a lot of people see that and then they're like, man, this is like another fairy tale, whatever. They don't like it. Sorry, Nox, I'm sorry. I know Nox
Wow, man.
doesn't like when anyone insults fairy tale. But the point is, I kind of had that
insult, just like there's a lot to insult in the Seven Deadly Sins.
I kind of had that impression there was just lighthearted comedy, whatever, the first
There you go.
season.
What a
But
bastard.
then when I went,
Rico is the greatest anime character of all time, and that's how he makes it to all your just try not to laugh challenges.
No,
Not
it's
only-
just you spamming him, you fucker. It's
not
just
only did we get blessed
Good.
by Lord Twigo, but now the manga has progressively gotten better and better and more complex and more nuanced with the Holy War and all that stuff that I
And
actually
the Purgatory
really,
arc is one of the
really
best
enjoy.
shonen arcs in recent years.
What'd you say?
The Purgatory arc is one of the greatest shonen arcs of recent years.
Yeah, I love the Purgatory arc. I loved the Estarossa fight. I love the current fight. Like, I can imagine all this shit getting animated once it gets to the anime. It's gonna be fucking insane. It's gonna be like the biggest hype ever. Like,
Yeah.
all for one, all my
2035 is
fight.
gonna
I
be
don't
a
think
hype year.
Have
What?
you guys seen the My Hero movie?
I have not.
Yeah, I watched it in theaters. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say that ending fight was jizz worthy. Just like damn.
Oh, it was. I thought the overall movie was great, especially since it was like you obviously couldn't like
Which usually
touch too much on the actual story in any way. And the blonde chick, I don't remember her name. Clearly, I don't remember names ever, but she was
Yeah.
my waifu. Honestly, she's my favorite female like probably character.
She was
In My
quite
Hero
waifu.
Academia.
Quite the waifu.
What?
Good-
What? Not Toga?
Well, Toga wasn't in it, so
No, I'm saying even just in the series in general. Like I wish that main girl was in the actual series, just because how great she was.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
that's just not
apparently,
gonna happen.
I have a thing for blondes, maybe.
I mean, I'm dating a blonde, so yeah, I may or may not have a thing for blondes.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Yeah.
dating? Nice, dude.
Yeah. Us weebs actually meeting females, apparently.
Well, some of us. Anyway.
Congratulations on your blonde girlfriends.
Oh,
Anyways,
her name is Mio Feringi. She's a fictional character.
Oh my god, no!
I'm
I'm
kidding.
so proud of you.
I'm kidding. No, I actually have a blonde girlfriend, but
Okay.
stop bragging about having blonde girlfriends. My girlfriend's blonde, bro. What's your girlfriend? Brunette? Loser? Anyways,
This is like stupidest racism ever.
personally, I don't think anyone. I still have to see the movie, but I don't think anyone fucks with Momo or Mei from Boku no Hero.
Momo or May?
7 Deadly Sins, which I personally prefer to My Hero Academia.
my
Alright.
Seven Deadly Sins is the worst
Well,
one.
I guess that's
Sir
makes
Meliodas,
sense.
shut the fuck. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess it makes sense to you because you know Nux is always
Yeah, more
clickbaiting
Twigo.
Seven Deadly Sins everywhere in Twigo. So yeah, I can understand your obsession.
Dude, you made my day when I asked for Naruto characters on Twitter and you sent me Lord Twigo. It was the greatest thing.
Hey, like that, huh?
It was insane. I couldn't believe it.
Just giving you a taste of your own medicine.
Goes
Hey.
full circle.
You fucking asshole. Let's just, just get that right in there. It was perfect. I couldn't help myself.
Well, I'm just gonna keep, coming up with new permutations of Lord Twigo memes to insert into your try not to laugh challenge.
Don't worry. There's always at least one jelly-filled donut in there too. Maybe several. There's always at least someone
never
finds a
die.
way. Someone finds a fucking way to do it.
If anyone wants to Photoshop a picture of Lord Twigo inside like this big rice ball and it's a Lord Twigo filled donut,
No,
that'll
fucking get out of here. I'm done.
Well,
with
now
you.
you said it, it's gonna happen.
You're dead to me. You're literally dead to me.
and you're just gonna discard your third channel like that. After all we've been through.
Yeah, after all we've been through. Okay. All right, man. All right.
But so, would you guys agree with me that Seven Deadly Sins in that sense is underrated?
I would say it's
Compared
great.
to other big shonen, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree. But I mostly like it for the characters, I'm not gonna lie. Character interactions are great, the character developments are all like amazing. I mean, I just made a Bond video that covered his character throughout the show, and like that's one of my favorite videos I've ever made.
Yeah, that video is amazing.
Yeah,
It made me,
I agree
it
with
made me
you.
bump on.
I love the characters, and they all get unique backstories. It's not just like, oh, this guy's a badass.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
not
It's like,
generic. Parents died, so the character is now sad.
yeah, they all get their backstories that are very interesting, and they all end up being relevant to the story. It's not just like a random thing. And I love like how
I have a feeling I know why.
the relationships actually develop, right? So it's like the characters change and things like that in really cool ways. So
Like,
I 100%.
remember the time Bon and Meliodas team up against like those demons, and they're watching Elaine and Elizabeth working together, and they're like, my waifu's better, and my waifu's better. Meanwhile, they're beating the enemies while fighting with each other.
Yeah, those are those classic Meliodas Bond moments. You can't beat that
It's
shit.
so good. Nothing compares to the bro.
Remember that time where like King had amnesia, and then Diana had amnesia, and then everyone just kept getting amnesia, and that was great. It's just-
Piece of trash goat. At least the anime goat there. Wait until manga happens. That's great.
Well, actually, Noble, I have to correct you there. King did not have amnesia. Diane had amnesia twice.
Oh, okay.
oh, you must have forgotten.
Shit, man. It's been forever since I've read that. It's been like a few years since I've read it. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Elizabeth was born with amnesia.
Yeah, everybody have fucking amnesia. I don't fucking know, man.
The way they cover the character psyche in Seven Deadly Sins is crazy. Like the curse between Meliodas and Elizabeth, that's so insane. And how Meliodas has now a split personality, how he has his emotional half and his demonic half. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the Seven Deadly Sins.
Same. Like pretty much my entire channel at one point in time was based on it. Still is.
Yeah, and thanks for the help on the Bond video, by the way.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah, you guys, I love you. You're my friends, and you appreciate Bond.
Bond's my
I
favorite.
do like my bondage. So
Yeah.
Escanor was my favorite for a while, and he's still like he's up there. He's almost tied with Bond.
Yeah, like I like Escanor, but not to the same extent that I like Bond and Meliodas, and especially Bond and Meliodas' bromance is just
Yeah,
bro.
Bromance.
ain't nothing
ain't
gay about
nothing
it.
about it.
Hey, I was so happy you guys went
Yeah.
along with that.
Yeah, I remember like Kev Jumba and shit.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
Yeah, we have over 1,000 viewers. What the fuck is going on?
Well, it's Nox Taku, bro.
We're talking
Blowing
about-
up,
I know the next Taku. Look at him.
blowing up, man.
Yeah,
He's so
thank
popular.
you.
He's blowing up, and
Jesus.
he's taking us to the top with him, whether he wants to or not. Because
Yeah,
we're
I'll
here.
be that leech on that belly. Come on, Nugs. Let's go.
The main channel was a big help. I will have to admit. I appreciate all of the collabs I've had with the main channel.
Yeah. Okay. What? Yeah.
Yeah, those weird ass collabs. Anyway,
And we just appreciate the fact that Seven Deadly Sins has more amnesia storylines than like a soap opera, and yet it's still good. I mean, I think that's something.
mind blowing, literally. So moving on to number 4. Yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
Number 4.
That's you, Nux. It's your
That's
turn.
you, Nugs.
I pick Kinneat. No, I'm not that evil. I pick
I would have left. I would have fucking left.
I know. That would have been too horrible. That's a recon move. I would have picked like Sword Art Online when he was here. World Trigger. Have any of you seen that?
World
I have
Trigger?
not.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've read it, actually, I should say.
Well, what do you think of it?
It was interesting at first, and then it just kind of fell off to me towards like the middle. It's just like it didn't interest me after a while. It was just too like, what the fuck?
So what kept me away from it was the fact that there's a lot of episodes, and I've also heard that there's no real ending to the anime.
Good news is, well, to the anime, no, but the writer just came back.
Ooh.
Yay.
Oh.
All right, hype us up. Convince me to watch it.
Yeah, tell me about it. What have I been missing?
All right. So the thing is, main character, this will not sound very appealing because he sucks. Okay, but everything else is great. Basically, it's about these interdimensional portals opening between alternate universes. Very not Rick and Morty style. Very not Rick and Morty style. And basically, they call them neighbors because they're from neighboring dimensions and they invade and everyone has their own plan, etc., and it's all lovely. So, meanwhile, there's this one kid that meets the main character who sucks, named Kuga. He's a beast, and he somehow came from one of these neighboring dimensions, and we don't really know what's going on with him. And it turns out he's just freaking awesome. Anyway, what I really like about this anime is, aside from the multitude of just generally great characters, I love the power system and how the tactics are implemented in every single fight. No two fights look the same, and it's such a basic system where basically there's this thing Trion, I guess that's the chakra of World Trigger. And in order for people to power up, they turn on their Trion suits, basically, where their physical body is left behind. So, whereas in Bleach, every single fight, every character like gets a slash across their chest and then across one shoulder and the other shoulder, and they end up losing way more blood than a human body should contain. And they somehow manage to keep pushing forward, and they're like, "Whoa, I'm gonna need to take a 10-minute break after this, and I'll be totally fine." Well, in World Trigger, even if they are destroyed, they'll just wake up, in their physical body where they're just depleted of Trion and they can't fight more. So it that helps a lot as far as, understanding how injured any character is at any point. And there are various different weapons that the different characters use at different times. And basically, it's a pretty sick action anime.
Basically.
Well, I'll take your word for it. I'm gonna have to watch it. But I just want to address 2 comments from Twitch. One was by Wix8 saying that the Animac Nux bromance is better than the Bon Meliodas bromance. I don't know about that, guys.
Appreciate it, but no.
That's a pretty big bar, but appreciate the sentiment. And the other thing was Daria was like, Nux finally watched Rick and Morty, and yes, I got Nux to watch Rick and Morty.
Believe it or
I
not.
am taking the credit, baby, because he got me into JoJo's and a bunch of other things. So finally now I have something over him, and yes, it's not anime. But yes, I got him to watch Rick and Morty.
Well, if Avatar's an anime, then technically Rick and Morty should also be an anime.
Nobody here thinks Avatar.
Fuck you. Fight me.
I still, I mean, it's anime inspired. That's straight up anime
I would
inspired.
agree with that 100%, just like Rick and Morty.
I don't think Rick and Morty's anime inspired. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, when my honest descriptions on Rick and Morty come out, people will be disagreeing with that.
Ooh.
Are we gonna fight? Is
gonna
that what
be
we're gonna do?
the weirdest video ever.
Yeah, I'm as a host on Rant Cafe, I want to encourage as much fighting as possible for the clickbait. So guys, feel free to go at it.
Oh my god, Rick and Morty and anime. I mean, sure, whatever, man. I don't really get triggered by that kind of shit.
I don't get into it either. It's just not an anime.
I usually don't get triggered unless someone makes an extremely pretentious, condescending video talking about it, and then I get.
Not that we're gonna be saying any names, Animac.
What?
It's not you. Don't worry.
I mean, I consider Ruby an anime because it was made with the intention of being an anime. So that's why my logic behind that.
No, but we're actually talking about.
We're not talking about anyone in particular. This is all hypothetical.
Oh, okay.
This is all hypothetical. Fuck you. Fight me.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
We can't do this. No, but it's the comments that are like, people who say that Avatar is not an anime are clearly just racists.
What?
And bigots.
At the end of the day, if it's a cool animation, I don't give a fuck where it's from. I'm gonna watch and enjoy it.
Yeah. I
Same
mean,
here.
I still really enjoy Gravity Falls and Star versus the Forces of Evil. Those were great.
I can't say I've seen either of them. I am not up to date on American anime-esque cartoons.
Are you up to date on Ruby Noble?
No, I'm waiting. I'm not completely. So no spoilers, please. No spoilers.
All right, no worries. I feel like it kind of fell off a little bit after season 3, but like the first 3 seasons were fire, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Ruby.
I thought people think it heats up at season 4 or some shit happens, but that's interesting.
Honestly, I got a little. I just didn't like the choreography and like animation of the fight scenes past season 3. It could be because of Montium's passing, but
yeah, I was about. That's a bit.
no, I feel like I couldn't follow the fights.
I know about
It was like making me dizzy to follow the fights.
this one Shadman thing.
What? Shadman posting some more hentai? What?
That's all I know about Ruby.
Oh, okay. Really? You never saw Rubes? Interesting.
No, I've never seen Ruby.
Rubes.
And anime just got me to watch Rick and Morty, so congratulations.
I watched the first
Yeah.
2 episodes of Rick and Morty.
And then you
Can't say I
realize
remember
Rick
either
and
of
Morty is basically just sci-fi PewDiePie.
What?
Sci-fi PewDiePie.
No, but you gotta lick it.
Okay, I will be
All
doing
right, I'll lick it. Lelo. I mean, what?
You gotta give it to Rick and Morty. They definitely have some cool, interesting plot points, like with the different episodes. Like they make you think, even though it's completely absurdist comedy and it's hilarious. But they have some crazy ass plot concepts that I really enjoy, like the different dimensions and like the battery thing, like different worlds being just a battery for his car. I love that.
Great episode, yeah.
It was so Inception. But about car batteries.
Well, that was a great episode. Anyway, so I believe it's your turn, my big butt.
Again with another underrated shonen anime. Oh boy. I mean underrated shonen. I hate to say this, but like, oh wait, no, that's seinen. Never mind. I can't say that. That is indeed a seinen after that.
What were you
It started out as shonen. It was To Love Through Darkness is what I was gonna say.
Ew, that's not very shonen.
Yeah, it started out as shonen. To Love Through did. I think that's what it was qualified under.
Really?
But then Darkness, I think, turned into seinen because of just how lewd it became.
And season 3 will be hentai.
I mean, the manga ended, so that's just how it is. Okay, so I can't do that one, but I do like Tuaro Majutsu no Index. I think that's a little underrated.
I
have not gotten into the Index series.
So my experience with Index is amazing. I believe it or not, met up with a friend to watch anime. Crazy as that sounds, a real life IRL friend.
I don't believe it.
3D
Lame.
Yeah. So it was even lamer because we watched the first episode and we were like, okay, this sounds good, whatever. Maybe we'll get back into it. And when I saw him the next day, he watched the first 2 seasons of it already.
Whoa!
So, and then I'm like, well, it must be amazing. And he's like, I didn't really like it. I was like, come on.
That's amazing.
So that's my experience with it.
But yeah,
By the way, I'm trying to manage the Twitch side, so thank you to everyone who's been following. And I think someone actually subscribed, which I've heard is different on Twitch than following. So thank you guys. Love you.
Yeah.
Continue.
I love the Animac Lost meme.
The Animac lost me. Just the random outbursts of hype.
I love you, Animac.
Yeah, man. Well, it's hard. I'm trying to keep an eye on all the Twitch stuff, and
It's like you look at the chat on YouTube.
yeah, and there's a YouTube chat too. So
No.
yeah,
You know how Twitch streamers, it's like if some random Twitch streamer ends up with like married or has a boyfriend, everyone's like, so betrayed. How could you do this? And
yeah, I lost subscribers when I announced that I was dating.
you're
Really?
It's just how it is.
That's fucked.
Wow. Well, I just mentioned I have an IRL friend, and half the chat's like, wow, so betrayed.
Jesus.
The
Yeah,
saddest-
friends.
Yeah, well, there's the
Effing
fan
chat.
base. Yeah. Believe it or not,
Okay,
fan base, to win you back, I'm working on an honest descriptions on the Hokages. See how that works out.
Honest description of the hoax is, let's see here. There was original Wood Boy, and then there was Water Boy, his brother, I think what it was, and
Yeah.
then
third
about his
Hokage, who was
dad.
obese, he managed to use roof
no,
tile shuriken, a legendary jutsu, using roof tiles as shuriken. Not to be confused with his other jutsu that he used, the shadow shuriken jutsu, which turned 1 shuriken into 5 shuriken. Truly a badass ninja, equivalent to dropping meteors.
Equivalent to dropping, damn dude, dropping meteors or 5 shurikens, bro.
No, it's 1 shuriken that transforms into 5 shuriken. Whole
Shit.
different league.
It's
Can you
cost
transform
effective.
your 1 meteor into 5 meteors?
Shuriken.
Checkmate, bitch. Check fucking mate.
Has a shuriken ever killed someone in Naruto?
Yes, I believe there was that one background guy in that one Naruto movie with like the snow ninjas, and I think one of them got killed by a shuriken.
Yeah.
and speaking of Naruto, by the way, someone just the person that subscribed on Twitch was named Hashirama Cells.
Oh my god, it's a fan base!
Yeah, yeah.
Real.
Hashirama Cells thanks us for the weeb content, quality weeb content, and he donated about 350. About 350.
350.
That's pretty
Pretty.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Noble, we're still on you. Wait.
Oh, are we? Okay.
He said Index.
Oh yeah, he said Index. I forgot
Yeah,
about
I did say Index. Yeah, I did. And then we kind of went off in a weird direction. And I don't like.
I apparently have a friend. Anyway, so would you like to tell us about Index at all?
Index? No. All right. no. Okay. But no.
You told me.
I did like it a lot because it's kind of like a war between science and magic is what's going on in the city, and it's called Academy
Rick
City.
and Morty.
Yeah. Okay. But it's interesting because like the main hero, who apparently had his memory wiped. It's like a weird time segment here because he's had like a previous life where apparently he knew a lot of people, but had his memory wiped because of like his meeting of Index, like something happened. And so like during this the anime, you're trying to figure out like what was his previous life like? Because apparently he did some interesting stuff beforehand too while you're going through the anime. So some people know him and some people don't. It's an interesting dynamic. And honestly, it used to be about Index. Index is kind of like a side character. And now it's like, it's all about that Toma Imagine Breaker guy now. But yeah, poor Index got sideswiped. But it is interesting because he's also got like anime's biggest harem, hands down.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
I mean, like
the only guy with a bigger harem I know of is Rick, who actually has a harem of infinite Ricks.
oh, Infinite Ricks. Oh, so they like him.
No,
Okay.
he has a harem of a whole planet.
Yeah,
possessed by
Unity.
collective consciousness.
There we go.
Okay,
That
well,
was pretty hot.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
That was pretty hot and also kind of rapey, but I don't know.
Based on that, I'm going to base my entire channel on Rick and Morty going forward.
Hell yeah.
You can
Rick
convince
and
me.
Morty's basically anime.
Yeah, because that is it's a weird episode because it is like an actual consciousness that is in love with Rick and they're down, you know. However, this consciousness possesses other people's unwilling bodies, and it's so messed up. It is messed up.
Good times, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to talk about Kenichi?
The moment you've all been waiting for.
What?
The greatest, in my opinion, underdog story of all time, or one of top 3. Well,
Yeah.
kind of downplayed that a little bit too hard now. But whatever. Kenichi the Mighty Disciple. Kenichi, also known as Weak Knees Kenichi, is... So the reason why I think it's one of the greatest underdog stories, in my opinion, is because when you look at something like My Hero Academia, if it wasn't for One For All, he'd be shit. If it wasn't for fucking the Nine-Tails Fox in Naruto's belly... Yeah, it's in his belly, apparently. If it wasn't for that, like, he wouldn't have done anything. He would have fucking died when he was a kid. Not, like, when he was going on these missions. Like, he was...
Well,
But
he'd
the
have
difference
his
is-
dad, who was the Hokage. So, I mean, he's probably still
You
be
think he'd be good, but it turns out Haku would have killed him.
Yeah, he would have gotten wrecked 9 times over. He honestly, I was rewatching Naruto. He relied on the Nine-Tails Fox in almost every fucking fight.
Well, that's because he didn't have his fucking dad, the Hokage. If he had his dad, the Hokage, who got rid of the fucking fox, then he probably would have had fucking Rasengans and other shit going down.
I'm trying to figure out how Sakura survived. How'd she live that long?
Yeah, because they had Naruto with a nine-tailed fox. And
There we go. While in comparison, Kenichi had nothing but his small body. So he's at a disadvantage from the beginning. Like, he had nothing other than his masters that just trained him to death.
And
He had
his
nothing that would
hard-ass
give him an
penis
advantage in a
for
fight.
You. That's what he had.
His father has Sebastian, the most handsome shotgun in all of anime.
Sebastian.
That's true.
Obviously,
man.
Farmer with a shotgun is the best shotgun in anime.
Clearly, you have not seen Kenichi.
Yeah, no, but I messed up. Clearly, Kenichi is overpowered because he had Mew's boobs to drive him to work that hard.
I mean, yes, pretty much.
Uh,
That was the plot line.
Working hard is his magic. Well, this isn't Black Clover. Mew's boot is Kenichi's magic.
He
But yeah.
did want those titties.
Kenichi achieved like becoming stronger and like ending up with his dream girl and like whatever, achieving his dreams through sheer hard work and like blood, sweat, and tears, literally.
You didn't even mention the best part, Kenichi's masters.
Kenichi master. I was getting into it, man. But yeah, also on top of being an amazing underdog story, it's one of the fucking funniest anime I've ever watched personally, especially when you bring up Kenichi's masters, who are all fucking hilarious. And
Descriptions on Kenichi's masters.
you please do it. Kenichi does not have nearly enough love, in my opinion, considering how good I think it is. It also has amazing fight scenes, comedies on another level, and the last fight of the anime specifically is one of my favorite fights in all of anime. So
I'm with you on that.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that Kenichi is all about boobs, sweat, and tears.
oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Also, and it has great fan service as well.
All right, well, that is a help. That is a help.
And Miyu's blonde. Big surprise. That seemed to be a recurring theme here.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's
I mean,
by the
plenty
way,
of hot women in Kenichi.
Yeah, Shigure.
Even that
The
by
mouse.
the way,
cats.
I noticed I noticed, because we re-uploaded the Twitch Rant Cafes onto the Rant Cafe channel on YouTube, and we've had a few people commenting in the comments, these guys always talking about waifus. I don't want to listen to waifus. I want to talk about anime. It's like, welcome to Rant Cafe, bro.
Are we
Mutually exclusive.
We like our waifus.
JoJo's, waifus, and everything in between?
We like our waifus.
I mean, we could talk about JoJo, I guess. You know?
Well, I mean, it's either waifus, JoJo's.
Oh, speaking of the new Rant Cafe
One
channel,
Piece.
by the way, link in the description to the new Rant Cafe channel where we do post all the Rant Cafes. We should have probably said that in the beginning, but hey.
Sponsored
So that's
by
Kenichi,
Amity.
ladies and gentlemen. Kid gets taken into the greatest dojo of all time, where every master is literally the greatest creation ever. Even the headmaster, who's basically Exodia.
Oh man, did you read the manga, Nux?
No, I did not.
So there's an under 18 tournament later on. There's a tournament arc, and
What?
and Hayato Furinji enters with a mask, but he still has his mustache and beard and looks like an old man. It's hilarious.
And he
And
looks
the
like
announcer
Exodia.
only cares about. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, and the announcer only cares about entertainment, so he's like, "I'll let it slide."
Yeah. One thing
Oh,
about
well.
Seven Deadly Sins, the tournament arcs are done.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Is it as good as the Meliodas disguise?
Meliodas Fu!
Meliodas?
And what was Bond's nickname? It was like Bomb or something.
Sate.
Yeah. My favorite part about that entire tournament, the first tournament arc, was basically Elizabeth. Well, it's Diane. Diane goes in with like a cloak, and they're like, "You have to take your cloak off because we don't know if you're carrying around any weapons. Weapons are forbidden." And she's like, "Okay." So she takes off her cloak and no weapons. And then Meliodas walks on with his sword, and they don't say anything. And they do the whole tournament without saying a word about him carrying a sword. I don't know. I just thought that was pretty funny.
Or the fact that the
By
ref
accident.
was actually a holy knight who was
Who's
actually
who's actually a holy knight, who's actually a fairy, who's actually an undead, who's controlled by another magic knight, who's actually an evil knight, who is actually a gray demon guy, who's actually possessed by one of the 10 commandments.
Oh,
I'm gonna say right now that
Inception.
the Hellbrum plot was not the strongest.
It was a little bit, yeah.
And then it's like, we're not going to rip off any other anime with this, and we're going to seal his soul in armor. They've never done that before anywhere.
Yeah, that Hellbrum plotline was not my favorite, but it gets good.
Yeah. Well, Animac, you're up.
All right, so the second one, let me click my face again. The second one that I want to talk about is Assassination Classroom. And again, this is one that everyone who's seen it seems to like. So it's not like people don't like it, but should. But a lot of people have not seen it. So I hear all the time people saying, "Oh, is Assassination Classroom any good? Should I watch it?" And I definitely think you should watch it. Like, this is an example of an anime or a manga that can only happen in anime or manga. Like, this plot line is not going to be happening anywhere else. An octopus monster who is going to destroy the world in a year wants to be a teacher in a high school class, and the whole sole objective for all the students is to assassinate the teacher before the year runs out.
Who could, by the way, move 20 times the speed of sound and could regenerate and has like 30 other random powers that he comes up with throughout the show.
And
there is a live action Assassination Classroom.
What?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh
good?
my God.
I don't know because I haven't watched it, but there is.
Oh my God.
yeah, like probably Japanese, right? Because you're not
Yeah, it's Japanese. Yeah,
you're not going to see that kind of stuff outside of Japan. But yeah, so and not to mention that this tentacle monster who wants to destroy the world is a huge pervert. What a surprise.
Mm.
When they bribed him with like porn magazines and then like tried to assassinate him like from all sides, opened up pitfall traps and everything.
Yes.
The thing about Assassination Classroom is I love the theme and I love the gimmicks and the characters in the class itself are great. And I would say that the first 5 episodes are fantastic. The last 5 episodes of the first season are fantastic, and the last 5 episodes of the second season are fantastic. Then they're like sprinkled throughout there are good parts, but like the end of both seasons are so great. I also highly recommend Assassination Classroom. Also underrated shonen.
Yeah, and not to mention that it has a hot blonde teacher.
Who no one likes, and her name is Bitch Sensei. You
No,
liked her?
Sensei.
Noble and Briggs fawning.
I was actually a big fan of her, but okay.
What?
Not only,
I thought Bitch Sensei was
I
funny.
like the dude way better. Karasuma.
I like both of them.
But I feel like the reason you like the
shit
girl is
them.
because the dude's sick, and they're like
No, the only reason. Yeah.
they play off each other well. Go ahead.
No,
They
I
off each
love
other
real
amazingly.
well.
Oh shit, we had Phosphor donate $10 on Twitch. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That was like the first animation I've seen of the donation, so that's crazy. What I was gonna say is, Bitch Sensei, also fuck you, you racists, is Serbian, the only Serbian anime character ever, and her name is Irina Jelavic. You pieces of racist shit. She's not Bitch Sensei, and I love her. And yes, and you can't have her even though she's blonde because she is my fellow Serb, and I will protect her.
Protect.
I mean, she doesn't need
She
protection.
will destroy you.
Yeah, she doesn't really need protection.
Well, she does in this waifu raging community that we have on the
Swear.
internet, not in actual life.
I don't know. I prefer pink-haired girls, honestly, but you know, blondes are nice.
Yeah. well.
Which is why Noble's waifu is Misty Chronexia.
Let's not go there. I mean, I was thinking more Lala from To Love You, but okay. I mean,
That was my first thought.
I mean, there's also
dying,
this
'cause
this is one
there
girl
was
from-
that one, I have that one picture where they were kissing each other on that stream.
Oh no! All right. Anyway,
That was a sick call.
God damn it!
Yeah, you guys did it. You did it. You did this, okay? In anime communities, people ship other characters. People ship characters for no reason whatsoever. Like Kirishima's like, "Good job, Bakugo," and Bakugo smiles at him. They're like, "Oh my god, they love each other."
Sparks flying, man.
You
No, really,
love-
it's,
They totally fucked
I'm
that
gonna
up.
say it anytime I need to, but it's Bakugo X Buzz Lightyear for life, and there's no one that will break that ship apart. It will happen.
So
It's
if you make a
borderline
video
canon at this
dissing
point.
someone, it's fair game in this community. I'm sorry. Fair game.
All right.
Shipping is just
Noble
hard,
X
bro.
Misty confirmed.
Oh god.
So
Dojin.
What about our love relationship, Nux? Or is that just
we're the same
masturbation?
person. Yeah, well said.
Is it just master?
Yeah.
Very impressive. Very impressive. I still get comments on my 100K special that's what? Nux is noble. It's like-
It's true. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's totally true. It's totally true, man.
Infallible logic right there.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that the most underrated ship in My Hero Academia is, and hear me out, Uraraka X Muscular. Okay? You
What?
can't find it on the internet.
I'm sure you
Very
can.
slept on. It is very slept on, but I think it has potential.
I don't know. I was always more of an Aizawa X Nemu or whatever his name is. The principal.
Nobu?
The principal.
No, the like
Nezu X Aizawa. That's
Mm.
definitely happening. So in any case, we're up to number 8, and I do see in the chat people saying Log Horizon, so I don't think that's shonen. And I also see Magi in the chat, and that was one thing that I was considering saying, but I wanted to talk about Gintama because it's the best anime ever. So have any of you seen Gintama?
No.
Not really.
Oh,
Yeah.
another
Oh,
one of those. Typical Gintama. Well, it's the best anime ever. Thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure. Well, what is there to say? It's the best comedy. The character writing is some of the best. The emotional scenes are top tier. The action scenes are incredible. The Shogun assassination arc is one of the best shonen arcs of all time.
So when does all that stuff that you just said happen? 'Cause I watched like 70 episodes. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty funny. But, like, nothing
It's
really deep
mostly
happened.
later. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is actually a sick time to say it because I've said it before. There is this one season of Gintama that came out in 2012 after like a 3-year hiatus or something. And it's 12 episodes long. It's called Gintama in Chosen or Gintama 2012, depending on what site you're on. It's 12 episodes. It's comprised of 3 arcs. I highly recommend it, even though it's out of order. If you've seen clips of Gintama and you basically know a lot of the characters, then it's worth it. And the first of those 3 arcs is the most hilarious meta arc you'll ever see, where basically Gin comes back after a 3-year hiatus and he found out that he's been replaced by this other guy that they took as the odd jobs and they're as the new main character of the show. And he's just like pissed about it. And it turned out he was brainwashing everyone to make believe he was the main character. And Gin's like, but that's not true because here's all the box sets of our DVDs. And he puts in one of the DVDs of his past adventures and it's all redubbed with this other guy as the main character.
That's amazing.
It's a 4-episode arc. It's the funniest thing. It's the most meta hilarious way. And how he gets out of it's amazing also. Because this other guy, like, he's called the White Devil or the Silver Devil, Gintoki. And this other guy is like the Gold Demon. He's just like a higher level of Gin, basically. A more sleek. Everyone likes him as opposed to Gin, who a lot of people don't love. And this arc is so amazing. Just how basically it's okay to be unpolished. And being unpolished is better sometimes than even being polished. And I don't know. I'm a huge fan of that arc.
That was a great
Nux, there's nothing wrong with being Polish.
example of that. I'm kidding.
I
Man.
just want to say that.
Thank you.
No, I think
to all Polish people watching the stream, you have been recognized.
Yeah, shout out to
Poland.
that one dude. Listen, Nux. I honestly, I haven't seen Gintama, but from the clips you've sent me and from what I know about it, I feel like that's like Nux Taku the anime. It's so meta.
Gintoki is Nux Taku the anime.
It's so meta. It's so like sarcastic and humorous. I definitely have to watch it if for nothing else than for that. But I still think we should watch it together in the same house, the Weeb 10 house that we need to get into. So please let's make it happen.
No.
This is Weeb 10, bitch.
Pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, sorry. No,
I was in the Weeb 10 theme song, okay?
No, but I don't think you're big enough to join in the house. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll live.
Little does Noble know, we're all moving into his apartment.
See you next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Noble's not crazy enough to come here to live in Canada,
No.
where it snows and fucking cold.
Hell no. It's nice
Hell's
in Cali.
Hell's nah. I hear that.
Yeah, well, so that's the first of those 3 arcs. The second one is a really emotional, really amazing arc altogether. Just exhilarating and hilarious also. So with all that said, I highly recommend at least checking out Gintama and Chosen, that 12-episode season. You will not be disappointed, and you will probably end up watching the whole show afterwards.
You know what? I'll watch those 12 episodes because I feel like it's going to be impossible to get me back into the main thing. I'm like, oh, shit, do I restart from like episode 1 or do I continue from episode 70, even though I don't remember anything? But maybe those 12 episodes will influence me to get back into it.
Yeah, that's the way I'll have to do it. Nux has already told me I need to do this, so I'll do it, guys. I'll do it.
Also, I wanted to ask, like, because I've pretty much just raved about Kenichi during my turn. Nux, Noble, I know you guys have seen it. Like, what are your thoughts on Kenichi?
I like Kenichi a lot. I actually watched it twice, I believe, because it was on Netflix, I think. At the time, I just opened up Netflix, and the most recommended anime was Kenichi, and I watched it, and I really liked it. I thought it was funny, and I don't think anyone really watches it just because it's relatively old, and it's not magic.
It's old, and it was airing, like, while, like, Code Geass and, like...
Oh, man, rough time.
Like... There was like so many good anime that came out, like, or like really popular anime that were airing during the same time as it. So I feel like it went unnoticed. It's like only time people actually knew about it was because it was on Netflix for like 6 months or something.
Really? That's it? That's when I got it? That's
it was very limited. I remember I saw it on Netflix. I watched it like twice, and then it was I went to watch it again and it was gone. And so then I streamed it like the next 11 times.
I mean, I read the entire manga and it was an absolute treat. Like, I loved it. I loved it so much. And it was hot too. So like it was funny. It was hot. I love the characters. The characters were so interesting. It was kind of weird how like nobody ever died.
But then again, it is kind of martial arts. It's not world domination.
Yeah,
right?
but these guys are like the most deadliest sons of bitches in the world, and like nobody dies. Like, all right.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, so like so there's like two different sides. There's the like that martial arts are like the art of killing, and like martial arts are like, I guess like they take the good guy perspective that they will never kill their opponent. They'll just like
self-defense. Yeah.
immobilize them, right? So since the good guys are always winning, and the good guys are the guys like, I'm gonna immobilize you and not kill you, it's kind of like,
I have to
no one's
say,
gonna
I
die.
love how they came up with the most BS type of martial arts on the planet. It's like you have the sumo guy, and it's like, I do sumo, but I also walk forward at the same time. It's called marching sumo. And they're like, what? This guy's unstoppable. Kenichi, you have no chance.
And it can, yeah, I'll fight him in like a tiny fucking rectangle metal pit where I have nowhere to move.
I don't know. I just find it funny. It's like you have that one boxing guy also. He was cool.
Also, another reason why no one died is because they pulled some shit out of their ass that Akisame is basically a god and will fix you up no matter what.
I loved Akisame.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think he was my favorite. He was probably my favorite character.
I think I can't decide, man, if it's like Apachai because he's fucking hilarious, or Shiosaka because he's a badass.
Or even the old guy, Kensei Ma.
Can't
That
say
guy.
Ma.
God,
I love
remember
him
their
also.
names. I can't remember their names. But
I
yeah,
love
I
them
liked
all.
how all their eyes always glowed.
Yes. It just went to show like they were like a total other level.
I just wanted to continue. I wanted to see Kenichi being the master and getting a disciple. I want to see it, man.
Yeah, for
I
real,
wanna see
man.
it.
Well,
Like, the
to be
last
honest, I'm
chapter
down to
gave me
rewatch
some-
it. Like if I had time, like ample time, which I don't really, I would totally rewatch Kenichi.
Yeah,
I would
I'd rewatch
rewatch
that
it
shit.
with Briggs. Briggs, we have to watch Kenichi.
Well, if we're ever together, like we know what anime I'm recommending. I have that shit downloaded.
The
And
problem is
always
we
there
all
together.
have different things we want to watch. Like I know Animac is dying to watch Kill la Kill with me to prove to me that it's not
Bad.
that bad.
Kill la Kill's good, dude.
I
It's
never seen it.
okay.
Man, Weeb 10 house needs to happen, dude. It needs to happen. So, like, there's so much to do, so much to see.
So much to do. Watch anime like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, like even that, man. Just watching it together, getting into bro fights, like burning something in the backyard, jumping on vans. Like, it's all part of YouTube now. It's what YouTube is.
Making fun of reporters' shoes, typical random stuff that we're not taking from anyone.
Do you ever want to be on YouTube Rewind? Because if you do, you got to do shit like that, man. It's not just, let's talk about the analysis of Seven Deadly Sins. It's not going to happen.
Walmart.
I don't. Why did he shout Walmart? What is that?
I'd be so down.
That
to
was so
fucking-
funny though.
I'd
I
actually
don't
be
know,
down to fight someone in the
My
anime community.
favorite part about it in beer pong, Briggs. My favorite part about that whole Walmart thing is that he totally took over the conversation. He destroyed Deji in that confrontation just by yelling Walmart at him. It's like, are you gonna really fight with the guy that's yelling, raving, ranting Walmart at you? Wrong,
You've won from
wrong,
that.
wrong. It's like fighting with Trump. Trump and Jake Paul. Anyway, with that said,
Hold on. I just want to
No.
say,
No.
we have discussed old 08 shonen that are underrated. Love them. Gotta check some of them out. But before we do that, man, I just want to say that someone in the Twitch chat suggested that in the anime community, the AniTube community, we should do our own boxing match.
Oh god.
I'd actually be down. That'd be fun.
Oh.
Yeah, like who would you pick to fight?
me?
And like two AniTubers that you just make fist fight each other for money.
Yeah, they'd have to be like big. So, is there like an actual rivalry in this community? I feel like there definitely is. Make two people fight that don't like each other that are huge.
What do you mean that don't like each other? You have to get people that make believe they don't like each other to fight.
That's the only way that happened. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm down to
Jake
see
Paul and
Misty
KSI.
Cronexia versus Mother's
Love it.
Basement will be a treat because, to be honest, they're both like 6'6", lanky guys, and it would be amazing.
Oh, they're that tall. Damn. I know
Yeah.
Misty's tall. Damn. All right.
Yeah, Jeff's taller than him. Than he is.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
the
Yeah, well,
fuck?
I would invest.
My next choice would be Tekking. Not making fun of Tekking. I love the guy, but he's 5'5".
I don't care who is fighting Mother's Basement. I'm gonna be training them and helping them out.
Not stop it, man. Anyway, so if I were to rank the 8 anime we've discussed today, I would say Gintama's the best. Period. Then,
what would you put second?
see, that's the problem. The problem is second. It would either be Seven Deadly Sins or Food Wars. Then probably Kenichi. Then Assassination Classroom. No, World Trigger before Assassination Classroom. And then Index and Dog Days I have not seen.
Feels bad. Feels bad.
Sorry, man.
It's all right. Don't worry about
Look,
it.
you actually played by the rules. I mean, our underrated shounens were less underrated than your shounens.
Yeah, I mean, like I thought that was the name of the game. It's got to be underrated. Your shows are all were mainstream at the time.
You mean they're also underrated, but in a different way.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah.
I'm more like time degraded. Let's
For
just
the
say that.
For the boxing
Alright.
match, though, may I suggest Anime Recon versus Chibi Reviews?
Oh, I am not leaving until it's for Neverworld versus King of Lightning.
That'd be great.
Double
And
four
Sawyer
anime.
7 Mage is the fucking ref.
Swagkage versus Double 4 anime. May the greatest Narutuber take it.
Yes.
No, God.
Although Swagkage's also 6'6". Oh my
Oh,
god.
From this study,
Oh,
it was
wow.
ultimately seen that the emotion of sex is by great art.
It's an audio book. It just started playing, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, he's listening to the emotion of sex.
It's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But yeah,
Hashtag not sponsored by Audible.
no, it isn't. But we are sponsored by someone, Knox. Tell us.
Oh yeah, well, great segue there, man. So thank you, Amity, for sponsoring this stream. Head over there for the after party. We will be in the chat over there. Link in the description. Download the app. It's free and all that. Sounds good.
Let's do it. Hi.
Yeah.
So
Everyone
we'll
download
see
it.
you all
We're
there
good.
very soon.
Yeah.
And with that said, feel free to subscribe to everyone that's here. Does anyone want to have an outro or we good?
What do you mean? Does anyone have an outro? Of course, I have an
An
outro.
outro?
I mean, what I meant to say is, Noble, would you like to do the outro?
What kind of outro would I do? Like, thank you guys so much for watching, you beautiful sons of guns. Make sure to freaking like, subscribe, and booty slap all these beautiful sons of guns here in the Rant Cafe with us right now. My main channel, secondary, you're my main channel. You're growing so good now. All right,
Thanks, man.
yeah, there you go. You'll be my main one here. Mr. Anime Uproar over here. And let me wait, who's, oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Briggs, let's go with that. Okay, Briggs. All right, yeah, I remember. Okay, that was it.
That was amazing.
It took a while. I'm sorry. This is the first time we met. Come on, man. Give me a break. Okay, but it was a pleasure, guys. It was a pleasure.
All right, same here. All right, with that said,
Thank you, Noble. 10 points, 10 hosting points right there for you.
you're always invited back, man.
Always invited back for sure. And yeah, you ready for me to do the best outro ever, Nux?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Because I'm Nux, by the way. So I said
Oh,
yes.
yeah, right.
Let's go.
So first we take Noble's outro was great, but then we just add this. Until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
Bang. Yeah, so I'm not
Netflix
turning off the
adaptation.
stream yet. We want to hear Noble's opinion live. What's your take on that outro? On a level from 1 to extreme cringe.
Can I leave the call?
Yeah, you tell them privately.
All right, never mind. We're going offline. We'll see you all on Amity. Stay weird, fam.